Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.
Clock in.
Yeah.
Clock in.
Bring it back.
Okay.
Come on,
I was feeling himself
man.
today. I like that.
Been working,
That's
man.
interesting.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
interesting. I like that.
Clock in.
Yeah.
Clock in.
I like the energy in the room right now.
Full house.
We got a little crowd, man.
So you trying to show off a little bit? I like that though. I'm here.
You already know Brussels in the building. Eco. What's up with y'all, man? KCQ, I see you. My guy Andrew, man, the energy is contagious, man. Back again.
Textbook dap, man. Mr. Dap himself.
Jessica's in the building too. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Who's Jessica?
A friend.
That's your little friend?
Little friend.
That's your little friend? You know, in the black community, until y'all married, that's your little friend.
Little friend. Nah, y'all know who Jessica is. You know who this is too.
We here.
Ladies know who that
We
is. The Cupcake Man. Cupcake Man. Little inside joke.
Cool out, man. Cool out. Nah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Get better day by day, man. You know?
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright.
Enjoying life, man.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Episode 35, Clock In Podcast. Co-host Austin Hamilton here.
Co-host Marshall Hamilton here.
Yeah, man.
Episode 35.
There's more to come as far as football.
Told y'all there'd be more to come.
You already
We
know
back,
that.
man. We back.
You already know that.
We back.
Shout out to this beat, though.
Always shout out to me.
This also sound like some off Snowfall, you know what I'm saying?
Right, back. Just watch the latest episode too.
Yeah.
My guy Franklin, man.
Sound listen.
Who you look like? Rest in peace to the fuck. Alright, let's get into it.
Yeah, man. Episode 35. Episode Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? But back from his OKC days.
Yeah.
AKA the best player in the league right now.
See, that's where the record scratch would come in here.
What type of record scratch?
We'll put that in there.
What you mean?
What did you just say?
Kevin Durant, the best player in the league right now.
You hear that silence? Nobody agrees with you.
It's okay. I agree with me.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
agree with you. But nah, it's great to be back. Great to be back, man. We both had an interesting week, man. Just
Freaking busy.
busy week, but man, you're gonna have to update the people on your potential legal battle with Mott's fruits. Well, it's Mott's, the Mott's company, but
Did
specifically.
any of y'all see that on my joint?
Yeah, I saw that.
Dog. So, shout out to Costco, man. You know, that's where I go, grocery shopping, like a lot of people. And, I got a 1-year-old and, he likes fruit snacks. Honestly, I probably eat them more than he does. So, I go to the section to grab some Mott's fruit snacks, right? Value pack, probably like 80 in the box. So, enjoying them as they come, and I come to this happened multiple times. Open the packet, and I can feel it, like I'm like, okay, like, what's going on? Open the joint, pour it out. There's two fruit snacks in there. This happened 3 times, dog. 3 times. Mind you, there's supposed to be like, I counted, there's like supposed to be like 8 or 9 in there.
8 or 9 is the serving size, right?
You said he
Yeah.
Yeah.
I counted.
Alright.
Like I know,
did a mean.
I know how to, I know.
Nah, he
Right.
didn't get the different bags.
Right,
I scaled
right.
it, you know what I'm saying?
He had to get a
I scaled it, you know,
sample size.
bagged it up, back to, nah, I'm not gonna get there.
What'd you scale
That was in a past life. So,
All
like,
right.
nah, I'm playing.
All right.
But yeah, dog, like, I mean, you know how my days go. I'm busy, so I'm eating stuff on the go. I get to this joint, and there's 2 in there. I'm like, yo, like now y'all disrespecting me.
It is disrespectful.
And we're gonna have to have some problems. So immediately tweeted them, tagged them on Instagram, and it took like a couple of days for them to respond. But yeah, man, we're in a pretty tough battle right now. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my people. I got my lawyers involved. So yeah, we're gonna get right, man.
Shoot,
We're gonna get right.
they need to sponsor the pod, or they need to stick to applesauce.
Probably should stick that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't
Probably.
shortchange applesauce.
They
know what I
knowing
mean?
them, they probably do.
Yeah, things have changed, man. The world has changed.
I was trying to think
No.
of a cool metaphor. Like some of y'all think y'all got the full package, but you know when y'all open it,
You only got 2 fruit
only
snacks.
got 2 in there. But I couldn't think of anything clever.
We'll roll with that though. People know what you're talking about.
Right. But yeah, man, I was sick. I can't even lie. People were dying laughing when I posted it.
I'd be sick.
Like, come on, man. 2? Like legit 2. How does that happen?
What colors were
The whack colors, like
Yes, yeah.
like grape or something.
Yeah.
Purple and yellow.
Like grape. Like at least give me the orange and you know what I'm saying,
The
the green
red.
joints.
green.
Yeah, man.
You got a
I'm
bad
still
batch.
bothered. Very bad batch.
Yeah, we got to push for that Mott sponsorship, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to recoup your losses.
Yeah, but I actually they emailed me. I had to fill out some like form or whatever, so they should be shipping me. It better be multiple boxes. I don't want just one box. I want multiple
Nah, they gonna
boxes.
send you 7 pieces.
What is it?
They gonna you 7 pieces.
I'd be sick. But yeah, man, I'm a Welch's guy. That's just what I decided.
Welch's has never done that, man.
I'm a
So I'm
Welch's
saying
guy.
Mott's fruits. I never really.
And to be honest with you, I don't know why I even got Mott's. Because I'm almost positive.
You messing up the deal, man. Come on, man.
Man, nah.
Nah, man.
I
We're
don't-
going with Welch's.
I don't
man.
want
Taking
them,
our
man.
talents to Welch's
Yeah.
fruit snacks.
Yeah.
The deal,
I
bro.
don't want that, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's the principle.
It is the principle.
It's the principle.
Not
But-
everybody can make that transition, man. Welch's went from like jellies to the fruit snack.
Welch's has always been a top tier fruit snack since childhood.
Yeah.
Nah, no doubt.
Because the Scooby fruit snacks are crazy, though. I don't know if y'all remember those.
Those are top tier too.
That's
Scooby.
Welch's?
Nah,
Nah, I don't know who that is.
it's-
The blue ones?
Yeah.
little blue
Yeah.
ones,
That's
yeah.
like Nabisco.
That might be our next
General
top 5.
Mills, one
Top.
of the two.
We had top 5 lunch items. We didn't have top 5 like school snacks.
Well, Welch's had the fruit snacks.
Welch's
in
had
school,
fruit
right?
snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, them Jones did.
Yeah,
Did they?
Yeah.
Nah.
And
nah,
they actually taste like fruity. You know what I'm
Nah, they're
saying?
made with real fruit.
Who had the drinks? Was that
Welch's had drinks
very
too.
fine.
Very Fine?
Very fine in
Very
yeah,
Fine
the
was
Fairfax
tough.
County. The apple, the fruit punch.
Yeah, Very Fine was
Yeah,
crazy.
the fruit punch was cold.
You're talking about with like the aluminum tin lid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. Yeah, that was definitely the highlight of my week.
Shoot, my joint was on Friday. First of all,
Oh yeah, yeah. This is
is wild, man. So I don't know if y'all have like reserved spots in y'all property. If you live in like a townhouse development, apartment complex, condo complex, typically, you know, there's a reserved spot, right? Now, when we first moved here in September, it was on the far left. Like that's where and it was written on the ground. So I would always avoid
It's still,
that.
yeah, it's still there. Yeah.
But then I guess recently they moved or they added a spot. I guess I don't know if they moved it from the far left or if they just added
No,
another
they
one.
added a spot.
But there's a sign that's kind of far away, and at night you're not really. And it's a new sign, right? Like they didn't like. It hasn't been there since I've been there, right? So I parked there at night, and it's the closest spot to the like entrance of the apartment complex. I've been parking there. We've been parking there for a minute. Parked there overnight. I go to work out on Friday at like noon. Come back, park there. I have to train these two brothers at 5:30. So I walk to my car at like 5:15, and that joint is gone. Like it's gone, bro. You know how like when you open the fridge, you look in it, and then you don't see nothing, and you open it again expecting to see something else.
Nah, man.
I'm hitting the button like I'm about to hear this joint. Like, I'm waiting for the beep. I'm over here. And nothing. I go back into the apartment complex. I walk back out, and it's still gone.
I tried to reboot.
It's been a long day. Like I could be seeing stuff, but it was right there.
Start it all over.
Let me
Right.
start.
There's some cars that kind of look like mine. So I'm going over there. Like yo, that's it. Like I have hope.
That's like a moment in everyone's adulthood.
Yeah.
I'm I'm bad luck when it comes to getting towed, but
Didn't you get towed like on moving day?
it was the Monday after we moved because I didn't put like the 3-day like.
You know, have a pass.
Well, they had a pass, but I was moving. I forgot to put it on my car because they didn't give us a sticker yet. When we
You
moved.
know,
Yeah.
pass in the right spot.
So that's one of the worst feelings, dog. You walk out and it's gone.
I've
So
had that happen to me, like leaving a woman's house. That's bad. It feels horrible.
Sheesh.
yeah, that's never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
It's over.
Yeah.
Stop.
But I go to the leasing office. I'm like, so do y'all like start towing early? Like what? Like on Fridays? They're like, nah, we tow from midnight to 6 a.m. Like, well, my car's not here, so I'm thinking someone stole it because I remember when
That
I
was my first thought.
when I was walking
when you came in the park.
when I was walking back to my apartment. I had a lot in my hand and I hit. I thought I had the lock button, but I could have hit like the unlock button on accident, or I may not have hit it twice. So I'm thinking like, dang, like that's what happened. So then I go back in the apartment, and Jessica, who's here, was like, "Oh, you parked. I saw your car parked in that like reserve spot, and they moved it." So I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" So I go get the towing like number, call. Sure enough, it's there. So I'm thinking that like, you know how they have like these reserve spots for like the maintenance people who drive the carts and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that like that's what happened. Like
My
I
God,
parked in there. Yeah, and Carlos is my guy, my friend. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, my friend? That's my guy. We got
He be late as a mug though.
but he act like he on time.
Right.
But we exchanged numbers. You know, I text Carlos, see how him and the wife are doing. You know, we're good. I'm thinking, you know, it couldn't have been Carlos who snitched on me. So I finally get to the towing. No, actually, I have to borrow his car to go train. I'm 20 minutes late to my training session. Got to borrow his car, get it back to him, Uber to the towing place, and they're like, yeah, it's like a paid reserve spot. So someone in the property called. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I take the L, pay the $160, and then there's a guy who lives above me, who you know, I see all the time. Like we exchange numbers, and I see his car parked in the spot, right? So I text him and I'm like, "Hey man, like I don't know if you know, but like that's a reserve spot. You know, like, I got my joint towed." He did like the emoji.
"Oh."
He did like the emoji where it's like you're smiling but you're sweating. He's like, "Yeah, man, we just paid for that spot, and I think wifey she called. You know what I'm saying? She's like, my bad, man. Like, and I was like, I wasn't mad at him, but I'm like, first of all, like the apartment complex needs to send out a notice like, hey,
To
there's
that
a
building.
to that building,
Yeah.
like, hey, there's a new reserve spot, and then it's not written on the ground. It's like a sign that just says like it says reserved parking, but it says like violators will be towed. Well, I'm like, I live here. I've been parking here for 6 months. So I'm like, I'm not paying it
There
any
was no
mind.
visible change.
Yeah,
It
I'm
wasn't like a DC change.
Yeah, so
Posted all over the.
all that to say, we're blessed because if that's the worst thing that happened to us this week, we live a good life, man. But we had to bring that up because it was
That was hilarious.
it's funny.
And speaking of like parking lot incidents, my car actually got like nicked, and the person skirted off. But shout out to, I don't know who she is, but she ended up seeing it, wrote me a note, got the person's make and model, license plate, what time it hit my car. It was like a very detailed like
Crime
note on my
Stoppers.
car, and I'm like, dang, like
neighborhood watch.
neighborhood watch. But shout out to her, man. She, ended up catching that person. So, that was a blessing, man. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I mean, there are good people out
Good
there
Samaritan.
who are showing love and, focus on doing the right thing. But also, there are people who aren't. And you're going to get caught eventually. Just do the right thing.
Yeah.
Just do the right
It'll
thing.
catch up.
Yeah, man, I wanted to talk about something that I feel like we've been dealing with for years, or hearing people, talk about these things for years. So whenever you play pickup ball at like Gold's, LA Fitness, Lifetime, there's always that group of guys who they may have played varsity, but they didn't play in college. Or maybe they played at a JUCO.
They probably didn't play varsity, honestly.
A lot of these guys didn't. And
Which is okay.
which is fine. Look, I'm not judging you. But they'll have one good day against like some college players, a pro, former pro. And then they're like, yeah, man, I can play overseas. Like, if he can play overseas, I can play overseas. Or if he can play in college, I can play in college. Here's a news flash. No, you can't. Look at the camera. You can't. You cannot play
Like that
overseas
Jordan commercial.
or college.
Just stop.
Just stop, man.
Get help.
Just because, and I'm being serious though. Like, it's the same in like rap or any music.
It's the same in a lot of fields.
What other fields? Like, I'm sure there are like makeup artists or like people where it's so
I bet
easy.
photographers. For sure. Oh, they just stand behind a camera and snap pictures. No.
I could do that. Like, he's not even that. He's not that good.
There's
a
lot more to it.
Yeah, it's just like. But here's the thing that annoys me, right? I've never been one to be like, yeah, I could be playing overseas, and all this type of stuff. I think if I really put my mind to it out of college, was I good enough to play? Potentially, yeah. But you got to realize, like, overseas, there's 2 to 4 spots for people who aren't from that country, and you're competing with people all over the world for those 2 to 4 spots. Just because I may be good enough to play against, in the Bangladesh league where I could, where the natives aren't good. There's only 2 spots or 4 spots for people who aren't from that country. Am I in that best 2 to 4? I don't know. Be honest with you, depending on the league, like, probably not. But here's the thing, like, I put in like work. He put in work. So and he should have been playing overseas. Easily. I mean, he had his time in England and he played pro in New York, but the people like him and someone like me who put in the work, people who actually play professionally, it's disrespectful. To me, it's like, I know if you would have put in the work, if you're that good, you probably would be there. Now, there are some people where it's like they got in trouble, they had a kid, but they're usually not the ones going around saying, yeah, I can't be playing over, like, I should be overseas or I can play overseas. People who people who have played or know people who have played and know the game, they'll come to you and say, "Hey, do you still play? Or like you still playing?"
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. Like you can play overseas, man. That's how you know typically that you're good enough. If someone who has credibility will tell you like, yeah, you can play. So all you LA Fitness Golds, Lifetime All Stars, it's all NBA All Star game. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop disrespecting the people in the game. Like, it's okay if that's what you are. If you're a Golds All Star, that's fine. I'm not knocking it, but that's like me releasing a mixtape in a couple weeks, which may or may not be happening, right? Righty?
Federico.
You got a mixtape though?
Stay tuned. Why do you think I've been in my room?
Yo, if I ever walked in,
I think I've been in my room.
if I ever walked in this dude's room and he's out here like this, I'd be crying, dog.
Yeah,
I'd be legit crying.
But yeah, it's like me saying, yeah, like for real, I'm like top 5 in the area when it comes to rap. Nah, man, it's deeper than that. So I mean, I said my 2 cents, man. I know.
Yeah,
you deal with it.
Yeah, you
You've heard
covered it. It's a disrespect to that person and their profession. Like, I've seen people get mad. For example, like Scotty Reynolds, and people. Scotty will play in these these Lifetimes and Gold gyms and different local gyms or whatever. And when you do play in those gyms, you come across regular people, regular ball players. And in this particular instance, the guy asked him like, "Yo, man, like, how do I get overseas?" Mind you, this dude, like, probably didn't even play varsity. He may have got a late growth spurt and became a decent player. And Scotty's like, "Yo, like, what are you talking about?" And that happens to me all the time too. I'm like, people will hit me, "Yo, like, how do I get overseas?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, do you have a resume?" Like, it's like any job. You need a resume, you need experience, you need credibility.
And a passport.
And a passport.
Yeah, that's important.
Which is important. And I mean, again, there's other little things like that. Agent, you have film.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you going to showcases? Are you...
It's not just your skill, it's your marketing.
No, because, like...
How you sell yourself.
You honestly, maybe you are good enough to play overseas. But there's a whole side of it that you have to accomplish in order to do that. So yeah, it's definitely like a disrespect kind of, because you know what it takes, how hard it is to get to a certain level, and how hard it is to even get one opportunity.
Right.
But that's just how some people are, man. Like they don't take into account all the work that goes into perfecting some sort of craft. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like if somebody put together a beat on GarageBand and is thinking like, "Yo, how do I get this to Drake?" Mind you, got E, who's been putting work in for 20 plus years and hasn't caught his big break yet, but it's like, nah, you gotta get in line, man.
Yep.
There's a process to it, and there's a lot of things that have to play into your luck, so to speak, to get there. So yeah, I mean, I don't take it personal like some, but it's definitely like, all right, look, man, do you have film? No. Well,
And this is if they're good enough. This is
if they're good.
This is if they're good enough.
Yeah, and if they're not good enough, I won't even entertain it. But yeah, I got a young gentleman, this is maybe a couple months ago, who went to Herndon. I'm like trying to look this kid up. Didn't even play varsity. He just apparently like got taller, and he thinks he's like a good ball player now. I don't even know how he got my number, to be honest with you. That's another thing. Like, don't give out people's numbers without their permission. Like, I hate that. Like, I'm not about to just ask for somebody's number You know what I'm saying? Like, and then just hit them up. Like, no, like.
Unless you know them and you like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you know them and you just don't have their number.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have Nico's number and I texted, like Nico probably wouldn't care. But if you don't know the person like that, or if you're not even cool with them like that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just like.
What'd he say?
I mean, he was just asking questions on like, you know, what are my options and stuff like that, and I'm just like, dog, like, you don't have any film of you playing 5-on-5, even if it's in a men's league, like, you have no shot.
Start with college.
Is a guy he didn't play in college.
That's what I'm saying. How old is he?
He's like 19.
Yeah, let's start with college.
20.
How about you go to junior college?
Again, this is what I'm like. I'm like, dog, like, I'm all for hoop dreams and stuff, but you gotta take this stuff serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it's definitely annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, here's the last thing I'll say on like that kind of topic. It's interesting, man, because the higher level you
got
get,
the ankles out today.
I do got the ankles out today. Did I put
Put some lotion on?
Ankle check pass.
What the ankles looking like?
It's a little dry.
Backside. Here, pass. But you gotta get the full view.
Andrew, can you get that?
No, I got. Look, no. I stay ready now.
Okay.
I stay ready now. Don't get it twisted.
Is that Palmer's?
Hold on, guys. I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah,
Take a
let
little
me
commercial break.
let me get these ankles right.
Also, see, this was the.
That's why we need Jessica here, so she can keep me
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is.
in line.
What's that brand? That's the
G&H.
the clock and lotion.
Clock in lotion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get these ankles. I'm getting it on the sweatpants. See. Yeah, we good now. All right, we can talk. But what I was gonna say is.
Yo, you pulled that
Dude, I
out
didn't
like
even
hot
notice
sauce,
that.
bro.
Yeah, look,
That
you
was
gotta
smooth.
stay
I like
ready.
that.
You gotta stay ready, man.
Yeah.
It's cold outside too. You wash them hands. You don't got lotion.
Nah, man, you
a
you
wrap.
learned well, man. Like B-Ham used to pull that with
Yeah,
chapstick.
you about to be
Yeah,
snack
you gotta
crackle
have
pop.
that.
Hands
Gotta
about to be.
You gotta have the chap on deck, man.
Yeah, hands about to be snowing. But nah, it's crazy because like it's like the higher you get in the field, like the less talent matters. You would think it's like the opposite, but what I mean by that is there's so many other things outside of being talented that you have to be able to check the box on. Like college, all right, you can be talented, but can you go to study hall? Do you want to lift weights? Do you want to go to conditioning?
The basketball is the easy part.
It's the easy
Or
part.
Whatever, field you're in. The talent, that's the easy part.
It's the business and the other stuff off whatever that field is that really matter. Because at the end of the day, like when the higher someone's gonna pay you for something, the more they're gonna wonder, is this person gonna screw up our brand or what we're gonna try to have them do? Mm-hmm. So part of being like an NBA player, a pro player, isn't are you good enough? It's can you handle like overseas? Can you handle being thousands of miles away from home?
Without acting a fool.
Without acting a fool. Or just flat out getting homesick and being like, I want to go back home.
Yeah.
Can you handle, the travel? Can you handle like going to sleep and getting enough rest?
The language barrier. Can you handle, the different food over there?
Yeah, even like college as well. It's like you have to be.
You're an investment when you play, at the college level. Even though you're not getting paid, no, you're an investment. Like my scholarship was worth like $40K a year. So yes, like you better go to study hall. You better pass your classes. You know what I'm saying? And then you perform on the court. Like you're an investment. And that's like what I would encourage people to look at. When they are getting recruited, if they're fortunate enough to get recruited, like understand like the business part of it. And I didn't really think about that until I got older, but it's like, like these dudes invested a free education, but those coaches, they're on salary.
Yeah.
Like those players are dependent, or the coaches are dependent on these players that they offer the scholarship, you know, a la invest in. So you got to understand that, man. Like, you're worth, you know, more than you would think when you do get to a college level. Even though you're not getting compensated, you know, you are an asset to them.
Even in corporate America.
Corporate America.
Before they hire
too,
you, they
yeah.
want to know, because like you said, it's their job is dependent on how well you perform, and if they hire people who aren't making them look good or hitting the metrics or whatever you're being measured by,
Bad investment.
Either you're gone or they're gone.
Yep.
Right? So with life, man, it's like you got to understand the totality of certain opportunities and prepare yourself accordingly. So, anyways, that's it, man, on that topic. It's All-Star Day, not weekend anymore because of COVID.
Day, yeah. All-Star
Day. Who you got, man? Well, actually, let's go to the roster first. So,
can we get? We should do a little draft. But yeah, let's do it. Who are you picking? Who's your number one pick? How about that?
Kevin Durant.
I'm going LeBron James.
Kevin Durant.
Second pick.
Second.
Let's go starting five.
Starting five. Let me look at both teams.
Can you get like a full view of the roster?
Of like both?
Yeah.
Let's see.
First pick for me, LeBron. You got KD.
I'd have to X out and re-Google. I'm not really liking Team Durant, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, they look wild.
Man, Team LeBron's team is just stacked to the max.
But it was like that, I think, last year. But they ended up, like, they were behind most of the game.
Yeah, Steph is my second pick.
Steph?
Yeah.
Keep scrolling through. I'll probably go Giannis, number 2.
Giannis 2.
You gotta get it big. I'm not choosing Steph as my second pick. Not in an All-Star game.
I'm going Zion.
I'm going Dame for number 3. I'm already winning.
I'm going AD.
He's hurt, right? But okay.
I mean, Kevin Durant's hurt too, though.
Yeah, that's true. I got Bron, Giannis, Dame, Kawhi. That's a mean lineup.
Going Luka.
I need a 5-man. Keep scrolling down. Go up. Give me Jokic.
I was about to say, you better pick us. So you got Bron. I got Steph, KD, Luka, Zion, and AD.
Yeah, we getting y'all.
You crazy.
We getting y'all about it.
In an All-Star game?
We getting y'all about
In an All-Star game?
We getting y'all about
We have 5 guys.
Yeah, think about an All-Star game. All they do is dunk.
Nah, man, that's
shoot
the Monstars,
threes.
bro. That's the Monstars.
Can we add this to the to our poll? I think I'm up 2-0.
That might be a poll.
That would be.
So you got Bron, Giannis,
I got Bron.
Kawhi,
Okay,
Damian.
I'm gonna go. Let's go. Dame
and-
at the 1. Kawhi at the 2. Bron at the 3. Giannis at the 4. Jokic at the 5.
Okay. Steph at the 1. Luka at the 2.
Over Kawhi. Okay.
In an All-Star, Kawhi isn't an All-Star game player. He's
What do you mean? Kawhi
is basic as a mug. What do you mean?
he scores. Go look at the past.
And look at
All-Star
Luka.
game. Kawhi over Luka. Just because he's more
KD at the
flashy.
3. KD's killing Bron. LeBron has never been able to guard KD.
Okay.
Zion versus who? Giannis.
No.
Giannis. First of
No.
all, he's
No.
not bodying Zion,
No.
and Zion
Giannis isn't doing.
He's not biting Zion.
Zion isn't. No.
And AD over.
He's 7 feet
and-
with an 11 feet wingspan. He's not dunking on Giannis.
Did you see?
Zion?
Did you see last time they played? He bodied Giannis like 3 times.
Who won the game?
We're
Who had more-
we're
who
talking
had
about
more points?
matchups. We're talking about an all-star.
wins,
We're talking
Giannis
about.
wins that.
We're
matchup.
talking about an all-star game matchup.
Giannis wins
No,
that
he
matchup.
doesn't.
Next.
No, he doesn't.
Next.
AD Jokic. You
Okay,
gotta be crazy.
He'll win that one.
LeBron is not winning that matchup with KD. Steph and Dame they're gonna cancel each other out.
Come on, dog. That's an easy win. I'm sorry.
Easy win.
Easy win.
You know what's gonna
Easy
happen?
win. Easy win.
Zion's gonna Rondo defense Giannis. Giannis is gonna think he can shoot threes because this is All-Star game. He's gonna shoot y'all
that's
out the
not gonna
game.
happen. And what is Zion gonna do?
He's gonna do what he does to everybody.
Giannis is a freaking MVP.
What's that? So
So what is Giannis gonna do then? Be what Giannis does. Like what? What are you talking about?
All-Star games are different, man. All-Star games are different.
Like I said, I like my 5. I don't know about y'all. Who's 5 y'all got? Nick, who you got?
No, that's a tough 5.
We know who you got, man. E, who you got? 1 Austin,
I think Austin.
2 Austin,
Yeah,
Andrew,
Austin,
Andrew,
Austin,
3 Austin.
Austin has more popular
Yes.
players.
It's not about popular players.
People are gonna go.
It's not about.
We're
what are you
talking about matchups. Man.
Literally have 3 of the most, arguably the most dominant players in Kawhi, LeBron, and Giannis on the same mob. Then you add in Dame, who's a
They all
freaking
play the same position.
sniper. What?
They all basically play the same.
Nobody
position.
in the NBA plays a position.
They're all basically.
They're
play
all
the same
interchangeable.
position.
The Steph, KD, Luka thing.
Offensively, listen to me.
I
Listen.
think y'all can run the floor.
Listen to me.
Zion and AD rebound.
Y'all-
Listen to me.
I don't know. I
Listen
think
to
it'd be
me.
cool to see
It's an offensive
Luka
game.
and Steph play together.
It's an offensive game. All right.
But then at the same
Offensively,
time, LeBron,
offensive firepower. We are destroying your team easily.
No.
I think y'all are running the floor.
Easily.
What do you mean?
Easily. Easily. We have flat out. When you
I'll
look
tell
at
you what,
flat out
Kawhi
scores,
is clamping
Yeah.
Luka.
and then you got Kawhi.
Get him
and
out of
Dame
there.
Lillard, bro.
Get him out of there.
he's not.
clamping
No,
Luka.
he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes.
He's tried.
He's
He
clamping
destroyed.
Luka.
He destroyed
Not
Paul
all right,
George
then, so
and,
give me
and
the
Kawhi.
give me the numbers in. All you
I'm not
saying
gonna-
destroyed.
I'm not going to pull. I mean,
Give me the numbers in.
I don't know the numbers off the top
Okay,
of my
then,
head.
then anybody? Oh, he destroyed him.
I watched the
No.
playoffs.
No, what playoffs? Luka and Kawhi.
The Dallas versus Clippers. Yes.
Who won that series?
We're not talking about who won. We're talking about the matchups. You keep saying who won the game.
Kawhi. Kawhi won the match.
Okay,
because he won the series. Next.
No, see
Yes.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
If I drop 40 on
Yes.
you and you drop
He did
10,
not drop 40 on
I'm
Kawhi.
using an example. If I drop 40 and you drop 10
He did not
and
drop
you win,
40
you
on
won the
Kawhi.
matchup?
He did
No.
not drop 40 on Kawhi.
That's not the point. You're
Well,
talking
it is
about
the
well,
point.
he
You're
won
talking about a
he won
matchup.
the game, so he won the matchup.
You're talking about a matchup, right? Did he drop 40 on Kawhi?
That's not what the point is.
You're talking about him
You
destroying
said because
Kawhi.
didn't you not just say because he
Who
won
did-
the game, he won the
did he-
matchup? Did you
yes,
not just say that?
Yes, because that's how I look at it.
Okay, so I'm
Win
giving
the-
you an analogy.
If I win the series,
I'm
then
giving
yes.
you an analogy. If I average 40 on you, this didn't happen. This is fictional. If I average
Okay.
40 on you, it's not okay. If I average 40 on you and you win, you won the matchup, right? Because you won. That's what
Yes.
you're saying. That's your logic.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's all I needed. That's all I needed to hear.
Do I play to win matchups or do I play
This
to
is
win
an all-star
games?
game.
It's a game, right? Is there a winner or is there a
okay,
loser?
you just said Kawhi would win that matchup.
Yes.
So matchups don't matter because if I win the
It
game,
doesn't. And the
you're
totality.
talking in circles now.
I'm not talking in
You are
circles.
talking in circles. We'll move
I'm
on.
not.
We'll move on for your
That's
sake.
like saying, hey,
We'll move
your
on.
best player, we're going to
We'll
let
move
him
on.
score 40. We're playing chess here. I'm going to let him score 40, but
We're
What is-
talking.
what is
we're
Steph gonna
talking.
do?
You said Kawhi will clamp Luka. I said,
he
no,
will.
He won't.
He will.
I said no, he won't because he hasn't.
Okay. He hasn't ever.
I didn't say ever. In the All-Star game,
And then now in an All-Star game, he can't clamp him. Next time.
he's destroyed
time.
their whole team before.
And Kawhi is a freaking 4-time champion. I'll take Kawhi.
And we're not championships don't matter in a freaking All-Star games. You're talking about regular basketball or this
I'm
is
talking
All-Star
about
game.
Kawhi Kawhi's resume.
But does
Luka's
what does
resume.
that have to do with?
Kawhi is a better player.
Okay, you said so. Dame and Steph. Who you going with?
I'd probably go with Steph.
Okay. You just
Steph, Dame.
all right.
If I'm going off of that one-on-one matchup, I mean that's
I wouldn't even
iffy.
go with Steph because
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
all right. You contradicted yourself, but it's cool.
No, I haven't.
All right.
no, I haven't.
Next topic.
No, I haven't.
Next topic. So overtime.
That was good. Y'all got to see us get into it. That was good.
The people who listen to the actual podcast, they'll understand what I'm talking about. But
Sure.
overtime, which is like a basketball highlight.
Really think Luka better than Kawhi.
See, did I ever say he was better than Kawhi? See, he's
I mean-
he's not listening, man.
Listen,
You-
we
you're-
can go
you're-
back and listen to what you're
Did
saying.
I say he was better than Kawhi?
He's
No.
destroyed. He's destroyed Kawhi.
Okay.
Tape's gonna tell.
He's destroyed
Okay,
Kawhi.
Dame has-
I like that matchup. Then
I
that
do.
tells me
No,
he's
it
better
doesn't.
than
No,
Kawhi.
it doesn't. You know basketball better
That
than
tells
that.
me.
Do you know basketball better than that? Come on now. How many
That
times?
tells
How many
me.
times has
So
Dame?
who's better? Who's better?
Who's a better overall player? Kawhi.
So who should win that matchup?
That has nothing to do with it. Is Dame a better overall player than Steph? No. Dame has destroyed Steph.
Is Dame a better?
Is Kevin
overall
Durant a
player?
better overall player than LeBron?
No.
How many times has he won that matchup? A ton.
What do you mean a ton?
Offensively, defensively, if you look at them guarding each other, that matchup, Kevin
I
Durant
would
has
have
won
to-
the matchup.
I would
You
have to
look
see
at the
stats.
finals.
would
Again,
have to see stats.
now you're backtracking.
How am
You
I
know,
backtracking?
you know for a fact Kevin
No,
Durant.
I don't.
Kevin, you watch basketball. You
No,
see
I
it.
don't. I do watch.
Look at the
basketball.
finals.
There's
Look-
a lot of elements to basketball.
Look at the
Marshall.
finals. Look at the finals.
There's a lot of elements to basketball.
Look at the finals.
By them going, you're going by freaking one-on-one plays. Again, I don't know that.
What is the All-Star game?
I don't know.
What is the All-Star game? Are you running offense or is it more one-on-one?
It's not really. It's how a player plays.
It's one-on-one. A matchup. Just
They're
because
in
you
season.
just,
Hold on.
just because you
Stop.
win that
That's how
matchup,
they play
just
them.
because you win that matchup does not mean you're a better player. It does not. That's not what I'm saying. You know that.
What I'm saying is, I need stats on if who wins that head-to-head. Meaning, when they guard each other one-on-one, I need stats because KD can go for 40, but if he's using a ball screen or a DHO every single time, yes, LeBron was guarding him.
No, he wasn't.
No.
No, that doesn't mean you know.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know
I don't, Marshall, because I need stats.
You know for a fact that
I
just
need
because
stats.
someone wins the matchup doesn't mean they're a better player. You know that.
Yes, I know that.
But
I know that.
okay, that's what I said about Luka. I didn't say he was better than Kawhi. I said he would win that matchup.
I think you're crazy for thinking that, but
But that-
we can go on the next topic.
But you just said
We can go on the next topic.
again.
What did I just say?
You said that because I said he would win that matchup. That Luka's better, but you just admitted that just because someone wins a matchup, that doesn't mean they're better. So come on, man. I'm just saying you gotta choose. You gotta choose an argument.
I don't know. There's two arguments. Which,
You gotta choose an argument because you just said that I said because Luka would win that matchup that he's better. When I didn't say he was better, but then you just said
Well,
that
what I said was
no.
you're-
Let me finish. But
I said
you
you're
just
implying
said
that.
But you didn't. You did
yes,
not say.
when you're saying okay, if you say somebody's destroying somebody, and they've won that matchup every single time.
I didn't say that he won it every
Yes,
time.
you did.
No, I did not.
Okay, even if you didn't say that.
Okay, you're
more times.
All right,
They won that matchup.
We'll move
I'm
on.
thinking, oh, you think he's a better player than him?
Okay.
Is that fair to not think that?
It doesn't mean
Do you
you're
think?
right.
Do you think KD's a better player than LeBron James right now? Do you think that?
I do, but it's not just because of a matchup.
What is it because of then?
I think he's an overall, top to bottom, the best player, the
But
most skilled player in the league.
didn't you say LeBron? Didn't you just say LeBron was a better overall player than KD? Okay, I'll stop there because you said that. So now
I
who's contradicting?
I did say he's a better overall
Okay.
player, but I said
But you
Kevin
just said,
Durant.
but you just said KD was a better overall player, right?
I said I think Kevin
Did you
Durant.
just say that?
I said I think Kevin Durant.
Did you just say KD is a better overall player?
said he's
but then you said LeBron James is a better
I
overall player.
think he's the best player
All
in
right.
the league.
Okay.
That's my
All right,
opinion.
I'm done.
I said he's the most skilled player in the
I'm
league.
done.
I think he's the best player in the league.
I'm done.
That's what I said.
You contradicted yourself, but I'm done.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Next topic.
Overtime is starting a basketball league for 16 to 18-year-olds that pay at least $100K a year. What's everyone?
I'm trying to play in that league. I'm trying to play in that league. Is that like for real?
Yeah, it's CNBC.
Who's running this league?
I don't know. Well, you know Kevin Durant owns. He's like a
Part owner
of Overtime. So I don't know. I don't know what his involvement is, but
so my question would be: are they? They must not be enrolled in high school anymore.
I don't know. I saw the headline. I mean, we can look it up real quick, but I was talking to Tau about it because Tau obviously he's been on the podcast. He does stuff to like expose high school kids, right? As far as like for recruiting or whatever. All right, let me see if I can find some more details on it. But he thinks it's a good idea.
I mean, if the demand is there, and you know, kids can make real money off it, sure.
What is overtime?
It's like you know how they have like Ball is Life, and like
I think they're like a slam.
Yeah, I think it's under slam.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. But it's like specifically for high school kids. So it says Overtime Elite will begin in September 2021 and will feature 30 of the nation's top prospects from ages 16 to 18. The athletes will be given a guaranteed minimum salary, of $100K, in addition to bonuses and equity in the league. The league's athletes will also have access to healthcare and disability. If an overtime athlete chooses to not pursue an NBA career, the league will pay them up to $100K to go towards college tuition.
Oh, that's dope.
That's really
Players that participate in Overtime Elite will forfeit their eligibility to play high school or college basketball if they join the league.
That might make colleges pay players.
So how does players that participate in overtime?
So it's supposed to be like the top, I guess.
So if you enroll into this league, but you don't play in the NBA, like, I guess how do you get your credits to then be eligible to go to college? You know what I'm saying? Like, say you're 16, you're what, a sophomore, junior?
Well, I'm sure they have some sort of educational program.
So yeah, like an expedited.
Maybe that's included in the 100,000.
Yeah, because it's like, well, if you enroll as a sophomore, junior, but then you know you play your years, now you want to get to college, but you don't have a high school diploma. You know what I'm saying? Like, do they have to, like Billy Madison, go back to school for 2 years?
I don't know.
and then you're eligible.
But it's not the same.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because like these days, you can technically still do school online. I mean, it would be tough. Can you play college basketball with a GED?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can apply for college with a GED.
Yeah.
Like if I'm the number one recruit and I got a GED, I can go to college. I would assume you might have to take some standardized testing.
Do you need a degree to go to college? That's the question. A high school or GED.
I don't know.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Nah, you just need enough money to cover tuition.
But I'm
That's
serious though. Like, do you need a degree?
No, you don't.
I would have.
Me and you do because they need to make sure that we are good enough to be. But
right.
That school might not be accredited.
Do you need a degree?
If you're that good, I mean, honestly,
they'll find a way.
Yeah,
you're an investment that's going to bring them.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Who you know at that point.
So,
but this is a dope concept.
It's really like basically it's like LeVar Ball's league, except
people are not gonna give LeVar
at a higher
credit.
level.
No, it pushes the NCAA to reconsider paying their players.
People don't understand like what LeVar did. He really changed the game. Because if you look at the G League, people are investing in the G League a lot more because of what LeVar did. And if it wasn't for LeVar, like the G League salary cap wouldn't have gone up.
Mm-hmm.
the marketing behind it wouldn't have gone up, but it just shows you how real of a threat that league was to the NBA and to college basketball.
Nah, I agree. I mean, he definitely has been a trendsetter. He just didn't have I don't know if it was funding or organization.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to
But
it.
I don't know if honestly, I don't know if he really wanted it to be like a big
Yeah, it just
thing.
when
You
you
know what
look
I'm
at
saying?
it just seems like everything was just a springboard to get his sons to the next level.
Right. I don't know if he really was trying to make a business, a true business out of it. But
Sustainable league.
speaking of his son, I have to apologize to LaMelo because he's surprising me, man.
He's a good man.
I didn't think he was going to translate like that. And for me, it wasn't just his style of play or anything like that. It was more so I don't really trust someone who has a history of just like quitting and leaving teams. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that was his choice, though.
I mean, now looking back,
What do you mean? When did he quit or leave a team?
he quit Chino Hills, and then
that was his
and
pops.
then went to then he went to that Spire Institute.
Yeah, that's all. That was all.
Quit that.
That's all marketing
And then went to Lithuania, quit there.
and whatever PR team he had.
Yeah,
But I also think like his goal was everybody knew his goal was to go to the NBA.
yeah.
So all these other things that he was doing was just stepping.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get there.
It was
So,
all
like,
part of a
it's
plan.
But he's already a superstar.
Yeah,
And,
nah,
like,
he
he came into the league a superstar, so I think he just handled that well.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
even have to adapt to being a superstar.
Mhm.
Right.
He just went to the league and was just hooping.
That's a great point.
And then he just looks comfortable out there.
My concern was
fun to
more
watch.
so like who he was playing against. Like, was that going to prepare him for like the NBA? And I think the way that the NBA style of play has changed, it actually helped him just play the way that he has always played. Yeah, man, I was wrong. He's doing his thing. Stephen A. Smith said he's the player that they promised Lonzo would be, basically. Like, who Magic Johnson and LeVar hyped up Lonzo to be is who LaMelo basically is.
Any like real basketball head would know Lonzo was only gonna get to a certain level. Like even if you look at what he did at UCLA, he was still a pure point guard. He played hard. He made open threes. He could facilitate, but like he's not the type of dude that's gonna get you 25 and 8.
Nah.
You think he should have stayed?
Huh?
You think he should have stayed?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, he had the leverage. He had the leverage, but when I look at him as a player, it's like, I mean, you're not going to be a superstar. Like, and I already knew that.
Yeah.
It's just his game isn't for that.
His game is really.
But
more
he can impact the game.
Right.
But he wasn't going to be, again, 20 and 10. I'm just glad he found a good fit in New Orleans.
He's playing better. He's shooting well, actually.
He's shooting the ball better.
Shooting like 40% or something from three.
But yeah, I mean, shout out to LeVar, man, and what he's done with his kids, because that's pretty special.
Yeah,
Is Jello, where is he at?
He was with the Pistons G League team, but he got cut after I don't even know if he played a game.
Nah. He'll get a shot. I mean,
he need overseas.
The NBA loves the story of having multiple siblings in the league.
But why not go another route? They need managers.
I think he's good on money, man.
But but you can still be a part of
the brand
and be with your brothers by doing something different.
I think it's just.
You mean like outside, like not playing ball?
Yeah, like be a part of the business.
I think it's smart. I mean, I don't know if
I think
his ego is ready for that.
He's what, 20?
Yeah, that's kind of tough.
4? I would not want to make that decision.
I don't
24.
think his ego is ready to go sit on the bench either.
Or maybe it's his dad's ego who doesn't want.
Yeah, I don't.
Him,
again, I don't.
Doesn't
I don't
want people saying his son.
He doesn't want to go and sit on the bench. He doesn't want to go and be a practice player.
Yeah.
So You're not good enough. Like, it's all right.
Yeah. I mean,
But I mean, maybe he doesn't believe that. Like I look at Seth Curry. Like Seth Curry, was kind of in a similar situation, but he grinded in the G League and he got a shot. Now he's making real bread. And
Is Jello that good though?
he's not as good as.
I don't know.
You know what I'm
Me
saying?
personally,
Is he that
I don't
good?
think so.
I don't think he is.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And at least here's the difference between LaMelo and Jello. LaMelo actually proved on the floor in other leagues that he could play. We haven't seen Jello play since high school. A little bit in that Lithuanian league, but he wasn't. He had some good games, but like we've seen LaMelo play, and it's like, all right, like he has the potential to be really good. Jello, we haven't seen him play basketball in how long? So, I don't know.
Hey guys, thanks for clocking in with us and making it this far into the episode. We want to continue these episodes for as long as possible, but we might need your help. If you click on the description on each episode, you'll find a link that reads Support This Podcast. If you enjoy keeping up with us, click on that link and you can make a monthly donation. All right, you guys hear enough of me talking anyways, so let's get back into the episode.
One last just kind of icebreaker topic. This happened for like 24 hours on Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw this, but with the new update, they took the like count away.
Did y'all see that?
I don't be updating my stuff.
You didn't see it? Yeah, I saw it.
So they took it away, and people were like tripping. Like people were like freaking out. Like, yo, where's the like count?
The followers too, or just the like?
Just the like
not
count.
the followers.
On each post, but
Yeah, so you could see who liked. Like you can see, like the typical preview. Like these 3 people liked it, and then usually it'll say like 917 likes, but it just said like the people who liked it. How do you feel about that, man? Like how people, like the people react. Like, well, yeah. How do you feel about it being taken away, and how do you feel about how some people reacted to it?
I think, it just goes back to what you said about virtual confidence versus true confidence. Like, it really displayed who had virtual confidence, and because if it really affected you that much, then that's a problem. Like, just think about how simple, like, their likes. Like, what does that do for you? Are those likes now? If those likes are like a part of your business and like you actually get paid off of those likes,
right?
Because you need to show the data behind it, then sure, I could understand where it's like, that could be a problem. Like for us, if we're at a point where we're getting 25,000 likes per post and we need to show that to potential sponsors, then yeah, like, yo, we need the likes, we need the data. But for someone who isn't at that level, like, relax. You don't need that, because that's not a part of something that is going to give you real value, a la, again, business or whatever it is that you might be able to profit off of. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's like now we're really gonna see like who really cares about this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Social media is whack, to be honest with you. Like, if I didn't have to have it, I wouldn't have it.
Yeah. Nah, it's.
But it causes so much just unwanted noise that you don't need in your life, because it doesn't matter. Like, it's not real, man. We talk about this all the time, but it's it's a problem that our society is dealing with and going to continue to deal with for time, man. Like, I'm thinking, like, when our kids get older, like, are they going to be tripping because their TikTok video didn't go viral or something? Like, just little stuff like that you got to think about.
Yeah.
For when these kids get older, yeah, it's a problem for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Like that documentary, The Social Dilemma, that you guys put me on to, they talked about, like, they regret putting a like button on Facebook. like the purpose of it was to like actually help bring positivity, but now they're like
It's gotten out of
people.
control.
It's like a mental health pandemic, like literally. You know what I mean? Where I've seen multiple people, if their pic or video doesn't get a certain amount of likes, they take it down
And repost it.
and then repost
Yo,
it.
that bothers me so much because I see that all the time. Because it's like, okay, like, oh, you posted this joint, I'll give you the like. You delete it, and I see that joint 3 hours later. Yo, I'm not liking the picture.
Yeah,
Though.
I'm stingy with likes anyway.
I'm not liking the picture.
I'm stingy with the likes anyway.
Because I know what you were trying to do.
Yeah, man, it's just like, yeah, I'm stingy. Even if I like it mentally, you ain't about to get my like.
Especially if it's
Especially if it's a thirst trap. Like, nah, I ain't about to like that.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a pride thing.
Yeah, man, but it's just like, what do we value, man? How do we look at our self-worth, you know? Like, social media self-worth is fake. It is, you know. Now, it has given, like, a voice and exposure to people, like, good stuff, too. But, yeah, man, like, this, if you freaked out, you know, you got to look into some other things, man, and really, you know, dig deep,
Go
figure
read a
out.
book.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, for real.
Pick up a book.
Listen to a podcast that's...
No.
Clock in the
Go
podcast.
back to Instagram.
Yeah, this is
Read a
true.
book.
Read a book.
Pick up a book.
Yeah. No, I'm with it.
There should be. They got all these national donut days and national tire shoe day. There should be a national no social media day. How about that?
Wow.
How would you get the word out?
How about that? Badoom.
Well, we could just say, like, in a week, right?
Yeah, you a fool, man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a week. Blackout day. That's the problem. See, that's the problem.
But no,
Yeah, man.
that's I like that.
National no social media.
You should left your phone at home on accident and like don't
Yeah.
go back to get it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Until you
Leave
get
me
back
alone,
home,
man.
That's hard. That's real hard, man.
No, it is.
It is hard. It is hard.
Nah, I
It's
struggle
really,
with it.
really hard.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah,
like,
you come back to no. You come back to no text messages. You come back to no text.
Yo, you come back to nothing. Your phone's dry off of 2 hours.
You turn that joint off and turn it back on and make sure that
I see why.
you check the Wi-Fi. Hold on, was it?
I was on airplane mode, right?
Yeah.
I see why you're tripping over the no likes, man.
Nah, remember? All right, we can
If
talk
there's
about
no
it.
likes, do you know someone's alive?
We can talk about this though, because it was in high school. So you know, Jessica, don't hold it against me.
Wait. You about to go?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing crazy.
You about to incriminate? You about to incriminate me?
Nah, it's nothing.
Talk about it.
It's nothing crazy.
Come on, man. Come on, relax.
You may even thought like this too, but after high school games, right?
I know you're about to.
After high school away games, we all used to go straight to Facebook and be like, yo, how many friend requests we get? Because you wanted to know who from the other opposing team's crowd sent you a friend request.
Meanwhile, I'm getting grilled.
You know what I'm saying? So
We
we did.
check, but I don't think I even had social media in high school.
Nah, he didn't.
I don't even think
He didn't have Facebook. He didn't have nothing.
Y'all were
He didn't have a cell phone.
Real loud, I probably didn't.
What's up?
I was gonna say y'all had a Facebook in 2005.
Nah, man, we weren't even allowed to. Well, you can make a fake college joint, but I made mine in 07.
We had MySpace though.
Yeah, we had MySpace. But
Does MySpace still exist?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nah, it's still around.
Shout out to
Still
Tom,
around.
man. Where he at?
Yeah, my guy Tom.
Tom sold it.
Where he at?
Tom's the only dude.
Tom, how you look selling
that-
MySpace and coming back to MySpace like, what's up, guys?
I'm just saying, where's he
Can
at?
we talk about Tom?
What's he doing right now?
Did Tom have friends? Because he literally forced himself to be your friend.
Nah,
And in
that's-
your top 8, like your
yeah,
best friend.
you had to be.
You know what I'm
top
saying?
eight.
Like, did he have like, you know,
Dog, that's,
did he have issues, man? What's good?
That's why I'm
How you gonna force yourself to like, yo? I don't even know you, Tom.
that's not godlike. That's not very godlike, Tom.
I don't even know you. Dog.
And you're
I'm not-
fit. And you're
And I gotta
fit.
be your friend.
Yeah, and you.
unfriended?
I don't think so. Nah, you
No,
couldn't.
you couldn't.
I don't think so.
He out here with this.
Anybody ever talk to Tom?
He send you a couple messages every
His
now and
page
then.
was dry, I felt like, though.
Yeah.
He probably ain't even had that many friends for
I
real.
mean, he had the little Hanes white tee with the bacon neck, you know what I'm saying? And glasses. And it's like, change your fit up at least. Change your profile pic.
Yeah, man, he really...
He was always online, too. I know he was a bot. He wasn't even a person.
Wait, what was his name for real, though? Was his name, like, Tom? Like, did he have a last name?
I think it was just Tom.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no way that's a real person.
He was a bot. He had to have been a bot. He was online all the time.
What'd you say?
Tommy Pickles.
Tommy Pickles.
Shout out to Rugrats. All right, we're going to get into the actual topic
Look that one up.
real
How
quick.
much time we got?
Yeah, what time is it?
12:15.
Yeah, we got time. We got like 45 minutes.
Yeah, All-Star topic.
Yeah, we was getting into
I
it.
need to go back to that.
Yeah, we got to make that a poll.
We got to talk about All-Star outside of just being in Atlanta.
Ooh. I mean, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I seen a tweet, and I don't know how true this stuff is, but I seen a tweet that apparently, like, girls were, like, sleeping in their cars.
I saw a girl get out of a 1999 U-Haul van.
Yo, if she's getting out of a U-Haul van, we need to contact the authorities.
Yeah, that's definitely traffic.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's no
that's
way.
wild. But I mean, it's interesting because I was listening to a press conference with Adam Silver, NBA commissioner, and essentially, and I'm almost positive, but if you're participating in the All-Star game, you have to check in like by a certain time. I think either it was yesterday or today. Yeah, it's probably yesterday. But essentially, you're like in a mini bubble. So, like, Harden can't just freaking go.
Why was I thinking about Harden? When did they come back and play, though?
Huh?
When did they start playing again?
Like actual
Thursday?
season?
Usually they have a
Yeah,
week.
it's like Thursday.
Usually they have like 3
But yeah,
or 4
I think
days off.
after the game, like they can they can get busy, but like they check in Saturday. It's from like just making it up from like noon to whatever. You're in that bubble until after the game today. So yeah, I don't know what all is going on this weekend out there, but NBA personnel like should not be out doing anything until
NBA
after the
players
game.
We're at Lenox Mall. I saw tweets because it was trending.
Yeah,
Lenox Mall was on. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, but
What I saw.
after though, I'm sure they gonna get busy. But yeah, man, we need to. That should be a trip, dog. Like we all went to All-Star Weekend.
I lived in Frisco when they had Super Bowl 50.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Yeah.
Bro.
Is that California?
Yeah, San Francisco.
Oh, Frisco.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
yeah, that's the
Stadium.
nickname.
Man.
Was that the Niners Chiefs?
Nah, that was the Broncos.
Oh, okay, that was a minute ago.
Who did they-
Seahawks?
And the Chiefs.
Seahawks, maybe.
Broncos Panthers.
Broncos Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Cam.
That was when
I just
when
know
Peyton
Manning won.
got his last
It
ring.
was nuts, bro. Like $200 to get into the club. Just general admission.
Yeah, that's wild.
You don't park in San Francisco.
That's one of the negatives.
You
of-
probably don't want to park in San Francisco.
That's one of the negatives about this whole COVID thing. Like, that's a big, revenue generating weekend. All-Star weekend. Like, was it supposed to be in Atlanta? Do you all know where it was supposed to be?
No one.
I don't think they had
a
a predetermined location because they didn't even know if they were going to do it.
They picked the right place.
I just didn't know, like, if before COVID, if they already had, like...
Oh, like in advance, they had like
Yeah.
2 years,
Nah,
kind of
they
like
didn't really
with.
build it. Like last
Yeah.
year, they didn't really build it like that.
Okay.
It was in limbo.
Yeah, but, from that standpoint, like, a lot of money has been lost, jobs, and that goes in all fields.
All
Every field.
professions.
But
I mean, I think.
I'm still excited to watch, though.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
What do y'all think about the format? Like the 1 day, halftime, dunk contest, all that.
It'll be interesting. I mean, I can't say I don't like it because, I've never seen it happen before.
I think
I'm
it's
just
gonna be
interested to see how it plays out. I do kind of miss like the Saturday night, like
I even
You know
missed
what I'm
the
saying?
celebrity joint.
Yeah.
the celebrity is.
Yeah, I even
There
missed
was
that.
like a Bleacher Report, like
Yeah.
21. They put like Quavo and Lil Baby played the like 21.
2 Chains.
Oh, y'all watch the Crew League stuff? Y'all seen any of that?
It was Quavo and Jack Harlow. I think they won.
There's like a
Quavo
whole-
had 17 points in a game.
Quavo
of
can
21.
hoop.
He can hoop.
Like out
He's
of all the
definitely-
rappers,
he's
Yeah,
nice.
he can go.
he's nice.
Chris Brown.
2 Chainz can still go.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
The
he's not a
game-
rapper, but
game
yeah.
can hoop.
Cameron's a nice baller.
Cameron
too.
can hoop.
Game can-
Who else?
Lil Durk. I saw Lil Durk out
Yeah,
there.
Lil
Lil
Durk
Durk straight.
Lil Durk
Nah,
is
he's
I never
straight.
seen him play like in a game, but
Yeah, Lil
the way
Durk
he
is
was
straight.
moving, he looked like,
Nah, he can play.
Drake is trash. I don't care. He's trash.
yeah.
Drake, yeah,
Jake was
he's-
airballing in the late.
He's not terrible, but he's not like one of the best.
He's a good like he could be like a little LA Fitness Lifetime, honorable mention. He could be in the honorable mention list. Catch and shoot guy.
J. Cole can go too.
J. Cole, yeah.
Oh
J.
yeah,
Cole.
of course.
Yeah, Cole can go. But yeah, I think that's a good segue into one of the topics. Like it's been a year this week since like everything got shut down for the pandemic.
Last time I got
Wow,
shaken.
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a year. You said since you got a shape up.
So last time I got shape up,
For real?
I got a shape up like the Tuesday before everything got shut down.
Jeez. What if I held out that long, Jessica?
Would y'all still be together?
We'd be in the house. Like, we wouldn't be going anywhere.
See, that's real love right there.
Yeah, see, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
Well,
you,
he
you,
wouldn't
passed the test.
That's all right. Right on. Right
You
on.
passed the test.
Right on.
That's all right.
That's all right.
That's a for sure.
Nah, I
I
couldn't.
can dig it.
I couldn't do that,
I
man.
can dig it.
I lasted close to 3 months, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, during the quarantine?
Yeah. Like when it first happened. Yeah, I was looking rough, dog. When I finally got a cut, my own son didn't even recognize me.
Oh, those are funny.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got the video to prove it, too. Yeah, it was hilarious.
I
You were
can't-
there, too.
Yeah, I was there. I was getting Underground Railroad haircuts.
he was getting cuts since jump.
every 2 weeks. I was in that joint. That's the only crime I done committed. That and jaywalking. Other than that, I'm good. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, there's been a lot of people posting about like, this is the last time I've been able to go out and all types of stuff, which I don't really care about, honestly. But I thought it would be good to kind of talk about like the year, like what our pandemic experience has been like. We've talked a lot about it throughout different episodes, but I mean, me personally, it led to a breakup. I was dating someone for 3 years. We broke up like late March, early April. Which was, it was gonna happen eventually, but it just kind of, I think, made it more clear. And then from there, man, again, I credit Austin. Like, he really got me and my brothers and really the family thinking about like, how can we maximize this? I don't even like to say extra time. It's just time that we would have spent doing other things to go after what we've been talking about we wanted to go after for years. So I think it was a blessing in disguise for our family. For me personally, I really had to like dig deep and really focus on personal growth, especially those first like 3 to 4 months. Because you go from being in a relationship to single in a pandemic where like it's just you. And I'm in a studio apartment. This was my apartment, literally, like where we're at. This is about how big it was. So I spent a lot of alone time, which I think was good, man, because one of the worst things you can do fresh out of a relationship is just start, going out and doing all types of stuff to kind of, I guess, rebound or whatever. So I had a lot of time to myself to reflect. And I think it's crazy because, like, Kobe's death and the pandemic really switched my mindset to, like, I really don't have as much time to do the things that I've been telling myself I want to do as I thought. So I really have to, like have a sense of urgency. Like, this is the time, which is what his message was, essentially, to us. Like, we got to go now. Now, there has been a lot of good. Like, we started this podcast. We started the Clock It Movement. We started the Goods Basketball. My dad started a podcast. It's been a lot of good, but, it also has been, there's been challenges, right? It's like, people are supposed to be around other people. Like, that's just, like, human nature. Like, you need human interaction. And, again, it has been tough at times, not being able to just, like, go to a friend's house when you want to go to a friend, go travel to go see people you want to go see. I joke or I say, like, I don't care about going out. I mean, I don't, but it still is nice to be able to just go out here and there, but I think what it has shown me is, you kind of have to just figure out a way throughout or despite ups and downs and stuff that's thrown at you to just figure it out and win, man. Like, whatever you're trying to do. But I think personal growth is kind of been like the main takeaway. And honestly, I kind of got away from it late, towards the end of last year. And I still need to get better and get back on like the schedule that I was on. But yeah, I mean, I think overall, man, it showed people what matters, or it should have showed people what really matters. And hopefully the stuff that we took for granted before the pandemic, people, things, opportunities, experiences, like we don't take it for granted anymore. So that's kind of what my reflection has been.
I mean, you said it, man. Really, not taking for granted the little things, like going to see a loved one. Because I know a lot of people have lost loved ones. And for some, maybe they even get a chance to see them, before they pass.
Mm-hmm.
And just really understanding, the things that truly matter was important. And, going back to what you said about how I guess, kind of nudge people to start doing stuff. That's what it came down to. Like, I'm at my computer, for work, and I'm, not really doing anything. And I'm just like, like, we got all this time in the world. The time is now. Like, we need to start doing the stuff that we had dreamed about, and had visions about. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm about legacy, you're about legacy. Let's start building that. And that's where the podcast came in. That's where the goods came in. And then, having Ryder and having my son, being able to spend more time with him. That's when it really clicked. It's like, like, how do I want him to remember his dad? And that's where the motivation came from, and it still comes from. Because, we want to live a life that, God really had for us. And, and what better way to do that than to act and serve on the gifts that he gave us. So that's really what it came down to, man. And that's what the pandemic, showed me. And, a lot of other things about myself and, what I need to do to be a better version of me. So yeah, I think for most people, it should have just been, they say 2020 was a year of just like clear vision. I think it was that for me. Like, you get a clear look into like, all right, this is what I need to be doing. This is what's important. This is what's going to get me to where I want to go. And the start of it, that's the most important thing. We started all these things, and that's usually the hardest thing to do, man. It's just to start something.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we started, like, I don't see us stopping. And I would hope people would really, take that and just, reset and find new things that they want to be great in, or if something that you were previously great in, like, get back to doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we play in the league, over at Lifetime, and their hashtag or mantra is never retire, and I love that because it's like, you know, you've been doing something your whole life, and you know, because you may not be doing it at a certain level. It's like, well, I love this. Why would I stop doing it? Like, imagine if Eric just stopped doing music. I'd be like, yo, what are you doing, dog? Like,
Dog, this slogan comes to mind that I heard. No excuse, just produce.
yeah, that's what the Drew League.
Yeah.
That's what they go by.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you said it. Like, I still got my body. I'm in decent shape. Like, I can still dunk, even though Jessica doesn't believe I can. So, like, why not keep playing? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, the pandemic, it's been tough, and we're going to get through it. But take the time, man. Take the time to reset, and, you know, get better from it, because things will get back to some type of normalcy.
Yeah.
But if you didn't come out of this a better person, then, you know, I think you need to reevaluate some things.
How do you feel about some of like the preconceived limitations that have kind of been lifted? So examples are like working from home or church being virtual, workouts, you know, being able to still work out, and maybe you have a virtual personal trainer, or just like a lot of things that we didn't even think about, like, you know, concerts, like, you know what I mean, that have been like these versus competitions. So how do you feel about like some of the innovation and like traditional things that we didn't think could happen or should happen that have been lifted?
Yeah, it just goes to show just the power in the people, and, you know, we can really like adapt to anything. Like, again, we talk about the NBA All-Star game, and you know, well, people are like, yeah, I don't like it. Well, we haven't even seen it yet. After what I've seen, versus, for example, you know, other things that are happening, you know, digitally and virtually, like, we don't know until we see it or try it. And with this pandemic thing, like, it's been awesome to see everyone pivot, and you know, just adapt to the times, because it's been special. Like, I've seen it in my own job. You know, there's been, you know, working in sponsorship, a lot of the assets that we, you know, offer, you know, need to be in person.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, obviously we couldn't do that, but, you know, our teams and other teams within the department had to think outside the box. And it's been successful. So just, you know, knowing and understanding that, you know, when things do come at you, like, relax for a bit, you know, ideate, brainstorm, and, you know, figure out different ways that you can still make change.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been cool, man. Honestly, like, people need to understand that the world is changing. It's been changing, even in a, you know, pre-COVID world. But this is just the beginning. Like, but like, I mean, even when you go to a restaurant, like, and you see, you know, they got the QR codes, and you scan it and you get the menu. Like, those are all good things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you, you know, I'm trying to think of another example.
Like, you have to wipe down equipment at the
Yeah,
gym.
like,
you probably should have been doing that before.
You know, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But,
like, I always try to find the good in the things. When you're sick or you got a little cough, wear a mask. Yeah, because I don't want you sneezing all on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been a lot of good that's come out of it, in my opinion. You know, even going back to, like, the social justice movements, like, again, another reset button, you know, another, again, just things that probably should have been changed in the first place. You know, like, all the opportunities certain black people are getting. You know, I don't know if that happens in a pre-COVID world. So it's all about perspective, man. You gotta, you know, look at it in a certain lens, and you know, go from there.
Yeah, I think another thing that I know we talk about a lot of is how do you prepare, like, for when this pandemic ends or we go back to normal? You know, because things are going to change when we're, you know, more able to do things that we could do before. Yeah, you got to put your password in. That's probably on me. But yeah, like, we talk about that, and it's like, you know, right now, especially at this point, more vaccines are being rolled out, which means they're going to open up more stuff. So it's like, how do we pivot to being defensive? Because COVID hit everybody, and it's like, we were on the defense, right? And now I feel like this is our chance to be on the offense and start planning and strategizing for when things are back to normal. How do we gain momentum so that, you know, we're hitting the ground running, not like pretty much staying on defense and letting, you know, how we interacted and how we did things during COVID impact, you know, our post-COVID life. Like, for example, with the goods, I think it was the biggest blessing for us to start in the pandemic. It sounds crazy because we're in a business where you need gym space, and there's no gym space for real. But we're getting our ducks in a row so that when COVID ends, we already have the brand out there. We've already started to do some things. You know, administratively, we're set up so that when kids come back, they're going to be, like, parents are going to be looking for things for them to do in relation to what we do, right? But even personally, it's like, you know, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, you know, how can we start to prepare ourselves for excellence, and not necessarily go back to, like, some of the bad habits we have, but also not get rid of the good habits that we've created. Because I think it's going to be a battle of, I can go to the club every week now. I can do all these things that aren't bad, but during COVID, maybe you weren't focused as much on that. Maybe you were, you know, reading more or exercising more. So yeah, that's just something that I think we all have to think about, so that we're not caught flat-footed, you know, when things open back up. So yeah, I think those are all good reflections, man. One thing that I'm not really a fan of that's happened during all this is this cancel culture. Can we cancel culture?
I'm down.
Can we cancel that? It's just
Anyone's in particular?
I mean, here's my thing, man. This is starting to bother me. It's really starting to bother me. Like, there's a difference between being like an ally to, like, social justice and civil rights, than honestly trying to almost, like, infiltrate the movement and make it something that it really shouldn't be when you're not black. Have you ever been offended by Aunt Jemima? Uncle Ben?
I have all
Mr. Potato Head?
good memories with those people.
Dr.
yes.
Seuss?
I still have good memories.
I only have good memories. Everybody they tried to cancel, I have good memories.
Dr.
Wait,
Seuss?
What happened with Dr. Seuss? I thought I saw that.
Apparently there's been, like, some of the cartoons or something where, like, had some racial... Now, I'll say this. Tom and Jerry was wild. Tom and Jerry was wild. They were wilding. Tom and Jerry, they had black maids.
A lot of
their
them
lips
Looney
were
Tunes.
pink and this big.
Was that Tom and Jerry, or was that like...
That was Tom and Jerry.
That was like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that was... I don't know if that was Tom and Jerry. Well, maybe.
Nah,
yeah.
Tom and Jerry, because there was a couple episodes where the black maid who, you know, was super, like, curvy, would, like, get mad at Tom and, like, you know, hit him with a broom. Get out of here.
Did they show the face, though?
They did like bottom half.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry was wild. But it's
I
like...
think Dr. Seuss, like, started his career with racial and sensitive material.
It was like political cartoons or something.
But they were, like,
Yeah.
It's
wow.
pretty wild.
Now the stories, that's one thing, and I throw him out there. I don't know as much about that one. May be legit, right?
Was Jerry black?
Yeah, the way he walked and talked, and the way he spit game, Jerry was Jerry was definitely black.
Reminded me of myself. Okay.
All right, but it's all right. So here's the thing: like most of the like racial cancel culture stuff, if you were to ask the average black person, they don't care. They don't. We don't. We do not.
No, there's bigger fights, man.
We don't
Way
care.
bigger
So
fights.
that's not being driven by us. It isn't. It isn't being driven by
And
us.
it doesn't do anything for us.
The stuff
Nothing.
we bring up gets
And that-
overlooked.
And that's,
Exactly.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
It does nothing for us.
people think because, we're not identifying as Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, like, that's a win for the community. No, it's not.
Did anybody ever relate themselves to Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head anyway, though?
No, it's just noise, man. It's just noise, and it's like
I don't have any
It's
friends that
well,
were
they're distractions. They're distractions to the real stuff that's going on.
yeah, like
That's all it is.
Stop telling me.
Band-Aid.
Stop telling me what I should be offended by,
Yeah.
or would or shouldn't.
or shouldn't be
Should
offended
or
by.
shouldn't.
Like I don't like. I'm sorry. Like all, and it's usually it's white allies. A lot of it is like this weird like pity that they try to like put on us, and
So there's
but also
distraction.
guilt. But also guilt.
Distractions.
It's like this guilt for their own people that they're trying to like put on us that, you know what, yeah, you should be offended by that.
It isn't just us.
It isn't.
It isn't just us, bro. They did that with, they were trying to cancel Speedy Gonzalez last time I looked.
Oh, no, Native Americans, and there are some legit like stuff with Native Americans, but I know some, and they're like, yeah, I don't really care about that.
How do y'all feel about the Black National Anthem being played in like all sporting events?
I would say that's great. Just the first verse. And
Yeah.
That's fine.
But I don't mind it, but I think that
I don't care.
if they don't play it, I don't care.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's not.
Sure,
like
if you want to play
yeah.
it, that's great. But
my thing is, what's the heart behind why you're playing it?
exactly.
Is it to
That's
look
why I'd rather,
conscious?
and that's
or-
why I'd rather you not even play it.
I don't care about optics. It's like,
And that's
do you
I
know
thought
the
whole
history
thing
behind the
about
anthem?
was patriotism, but we don't have. Our anthem isn't that.
I mean,
Yeah.
Doesn't share the same
and that's
sentiment.
why, and that's why Colin Kaepernick did what he did. It's as simple as that. But people want to twist and turn it, but that's not the here nor there.
Yeah, it's just interesting, man. Yeah, can't cancel. There are some things that have deserved to be canceled. I would say 90% of it isn't. It's not changing anything. We're
Nothing
like
that's
now.
real.
Go ahead.
No, I said nothing that's like real.
Nah,
It's kind of been turned into a headline. It's just like this week we're doing this, next week we're doing,
yeah, Paw Patrol, because they had officers that looked like they were good people. There are a lot of good officers. Why are you trying to cancel? Like, what is really the motive, right?
just one person's opinion trying to gain steam.
And so here's the thing. Now there are people, obviously with money and power, who are influencing these things. That's the thing. So like, we got to get this money so that we can actually influence stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about us. It's like, as Americans with actually good intentions and things that can actually make progress. Like, there's no, either you need to know people who have money or you need to get the money. So that you can influence change. 'Cause I don't like now opportunities like there's a black woman referee, first one. She went to Norfolk State. That's dope.
Yeah.
If she now, I assume she's qualified.
NFL.
NFL, yeah. If she's qualified, I'm all about it. That's what I care about. I care about, like, if we're qualified to be in certain areas and at certain tables, and we're not getting an opportunity because of our skin color, or we're being, stereotyped. I want opportunities for people. I want us to be educated on certain things that we haven't been educated on. All the other stuff, man, is just it is what it is. What time is it?
12:44. You about to get canceled? Was that why you brought that up?
I might get canceled. I probably should, like, based on last year, the stuff I said.
You got a lot of.
If we were, we're gonna get there.
Cancel. I seen the petition. Hey, what if this fool had a petition going out? Cancel Puerto Rico.
My goal is to get canceled. Actually, if I get canceled, that means
take us to the next level.
That means the podcast is at a level.
Yeah, take us to the next level. I'm here for
that's
it.
my
Man.
goal.
There's no bad publicity.
Yeah, I want to get canceled. Not
say something wild right now.
Not saying some wild stuff that I don't
say
believe
right
in.
now. Come on, say it. Say it. I know you had something to say. You said it yesterday.
What I got something to say?
No, I'm just trying to set you up.
Oh man. Nah, if I get canceled, man, that's a win for me.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, cancel me, man. I don't mind. But one thing, last thing I did want to talk about as far as like a main topic. There's I feel like there's a debate that's like ongoing these days about, do you focus on like one clock in, or like do you diversify? So what I mean by that is, there are a lot of people who will say, don't be double-minded, right? Like, just focus on that one thing. You only have so much time and energy. Like, focus on that one thing. But then there are other people who are like these days you gotta diversify. You gotta be versatile, right? And I see both sides. So like, how do you like? What are your thoughts on like, should we or should people just try to be a master at like one thing and get the most out of that, or is it smarter to kind of be involved in multiple ventures, opportunities, things of that nature?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you want to value your time. Honestly, like, if I'm, I use basketball as an example, but like, if my goal is to be the best ever, like that's what I want to be, I'm gonna be playing basketball majority of my time, because that's just what I want to do. Like Kobe, for example, like Kobe wanted to be Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
All he did was play basketball. He didn't go out that often. He, I'm sure, sacrificed a lot of family time and certain things. That's because he wanted to be Kobe Bryant. And in order for you to be a master at something, like, I think it's impossible for someone at that level to be like a master at something else, when you're solely focused on doing that thing. Now, as he got older, and not saying like basketball still wasn't what he was trying to do, I think he identified, okay, well, he was strategic about it, because he knew, like, yo, I'm getting older, my body's giving up. I have a passion in storytelling, so I'm going to start devoting time to that. And he did. Mm-hmm. And he won an Oscar for it. So, again, it just depends on, like, what you're trying to do and what you're trying to be great at. Because, when you get to, like, that masterful stage, that comes with the territory of sacrifice, and then, just laser focus to that craft. But yeah, like, if I'm a business person, and I want to be, I want to have a certain portfolio. Maybe I want to dive into tech. Maybe I want to, dive into sports. Like, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just depends on what you deem is valuable to you and what you want to be great at. But I mean, it's never bad to, you know, dip your toes into multiple things. Just depends on the person, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I think that, you know, here's my thing. I think you have to do ultimately what fulfills you first.
Right.
Because there are a lot of people who they're being told this is the only thing you need to focus on if you want to be great and get the result, you know, X, Y, Z. And they have to put other things that fulfill them on the back burner. Right. Now, either way, whether you diversify or you focus on one thing, you're going to have to sacrifice something.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter, you know, which way you choose. But I think people, and this is, I'm talking to myself too, like, you have to identify what ultimately are you trying to accomplish, and then what are your routes to get there? Because sometimes it is just one route, and you need to focus on that one route to get there. Basketball, for example.
Yep.
Kobe, LeBron, all these other guys wanted to you know, provide a certain lifestyle for their family, reach a certain level of excellence. They needed to mainly focus on basketball. And to your point, and here's what I think is interesting about what you said about Kobe. He won an Oscar storytelling. He was not a master storyteller, but he obviously was passionate about it. So I think if you are going to diversify, it's either be something you're passionate about or something that kind of grounds you. Like I know, you know, a lot of people who are really successful business people or executives, they do something that's more philanthropic, or they have a nonprofit, or they're involved in church, or they're involved in other things that it has nothing to do with more like getting a result. It's, I need this for me, you know, and I want to serve in a different capacity. You know, we're involved in a lot of different things, right? So I think the other thing is, if you are going to diversify and you want to actually be good at those things, you have to have a team. Like there's only one of you. I've tried to do everything, and you know, I've burnt myself out.
Yeah, you're gonna burn out, and it probably won't be as good.
Or you're just you're just gonna be like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And it it's been something that could have been great, you know. But yeah, I just, you know, these days especially, you see more people that are more well-rounded, like the Gary V's of the world. You know, they're involved in multiple things. Athletes are involved in multiple things.
And one thing to add, like, Gary Vee is a great example, but he was solely focused, you know, on like his wine business, and that's kind of like how he started. But when you, like, just by nature, when you're solely focused on certain things and you're great at it, opportunities are gonna come.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
it's a great point.
Again, Kobe was one of the best to ever do it on the basketball court, and he may have had a passion in writing or something, but if it wasn't for the basketball, he doesn't have that opportunities to do what he was doing. Like, if I was to, you know, get into storytelling and writing, I'm not gonna have the same opportunities Kobe Bryant is. Yeah. He's freaking Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe it is for you to start, you know, with something that you want to be a master at. And just, again, by chance, man, opportunities are going to come.
Yeah.
So.
No, I see that. I mean, a lot of people, like you said, they have to focus on one thing to get to a certain level so that other doors open.
Yeah.
But there are also people who, they start doing multiple things until they figure out that one thing. That,
yeah.
Like, all right, I'm going to
be,
this is.
And that's another important thing. Like, try certain things. Like, it's okay to try certain things. Like, you may work a job for 2 years and you thought that was, like, what you were doing. Then it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, there's no problem with changing your mind. You know? So, yeah, like, I do believe in diversifying yourself, but it's just got to come at the right cost. And like you said, involving the right people around you, having the right team, and just being strategic about it. So
Yeah, no, I think it's a good topic to kind of reflect on for people who are struggling, with, do I start something new while I'm doing this, or should I just focus on this, or should I drop these other things I'm doing because I'm doing too much? I think you also have to take into consideration your relationships as well. That's one thing you don't want to sacrifice, the right relationships.
Yeah.
And if you focusing on too many things, or and again, this kind of goes into something we'll talk about maybe on another podcast, but if you are focused on multiple things or one clock in, you have to have the right relationships in place that fuel you and support you. But you also have to keep into consideration, like, you have to have a balance to a degree, because you don't want to get to the top and then look back and it's just you.
Right.
So it's something we can talk about more in other episodes. But I know a lot of people are kind of dealing with that right now. In closing, man, it's tax season. I still need to do my taxes.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
I used to do my own with H&R Block and TurboTax. I'm just glad I'm still free. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not locked up. I must have did something right.
You ain't do enough wrong.
Yeah, or that too. I don't know. They may owe me some money. But my message, just to kind of close, is like, we all work yearly, and the government takes a certain amount of money, or you have to pay the government a certain amount of money based on the work you put in. But at the end of the day, it's going to come back to you, right? The clock in that you put in for your jobs or your business, it's not for nothing. You're either going to have to pay the price or you're going to get rewarded, right? So it's no different than what you're clocking into right now. Like, keep putting in the work. Keep putting in the work. Like, it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back eventually.
Yep.
And
something I got to remind myself every day. You see it, like in my current job.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, put in a lot of hours and time, focus, and you may not be being reciprocated, as much as you should, but just having that, again, perspective, man, having that perspective of, well, I'm becoming a master at something. My worth, it's gonna come.
Exactly. It's interesting how it kind of parallels with life, because the less you're making in the beginning, the more the government pays you back. Now, the more you make, and the more you're blessed.
Well, money, no problem.
Now you're giving back, right?
Yeah.
So it's just interesting because, you're gonna get to a point, hopefully, where it's just about giving back now. You're the way you pay your taxes with your grind and your clock in is just to give back to other people. So that's just kind of my closing message. I don't think we had any new clock in tags this week. But lastly, it's National Women's Month. Shout out to all the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a round of applause for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Want to shout out any important women in our lives. I'll start. My mom, Marva Hamilton, my little sister Maria Hamilton, sister-in-laws Molly Hamilton and Brittany Hamilton, grandmother Gloria Logan, my nieces, Reagan, London, Sydney, and Skylar. So yeah, man, that's what I'm shouting out.
I mean, you took all of them. Add Jess to that. You sure you don't got any other ones you want to shout out? Clock in, baby.
Yeah.
Episode 35, man. That was a good one, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Got to see the range. Me and Marshall got into it. We brothers, man. That's what happened.
This is all.
I'm sure y'all gonna enjoy that.
Shout out to E always, man. Nico. Nipsey. What's up, Nip? You awake?
Yeah, wait. Hey, look, it's official. We'll end with this. Official partnership now. We are officially partnered with KCQ Marketing. So shout out to Katie, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? They're part of the Clock In team now. Appreciate y'all, man. And y'all have a blessed week. Enjoy this warm weather if you're in the DC area coming up.
It's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be nice. 60s, up to 70 one day. No excuse not to clock in, man. Even if it's just walking. So y'all know what it is, man. Clock in. Let's get it.
Clock in. Clock in. Clock in.
You already know, man. See y'all next week. Taking flight always. Y'all be safe. Peace and love. Let's get it. Good.
Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.